War. War never changes. The Fallout series states this remarkably well. From the dawn of humanity, we have always found bigger, more efficient, and better ways to kill each other. From the first use of sticks and stones to the invention of the atom bomb in 1945, we have always found ways and plans to hurt one another, from broken promises to pure psychotic rage. Even in times of peace, what we see today, there are problems we don't see behind the diplomacy. Problems that require more than international cooperation. They require absolute unity from everyone involved. These are problems such as racism, corruption, and civil unrest. Of course, there are dreams that pale in comparison to international dreams, but I'm just getting started. In 1963, on a cold day freezing with injustice, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered a speech that would forever change the fate of this nation. Blacks and whites across the country held hands and waited for the inequality to forever be erased. And it did. MLK spoke of hope, happiness, and the eradication of hate. This is what I will be talking about today. My hopes and my dreams for the future, your future, our future. Too often we hear things in this very middle school that just simply aren't true. These include rumors, gossip, and misinterpretation. By the time 8th grade is over, I hope that all those who were affected, and yet to be affected, move on from such lies. Another goal of mine is to get great grades to finish off the year, as I want to keep up a good record as I go into high school. I'd also like to keep up that same record in high school, as I want to get into an amazing college close to the East Coast. Chorus and music are both large goals of mine, as in high school, as I help with each school play and continue to learn guitar. In college, all I want to do is get a 3.8 to 4.0 GPA. It will take a lot of work, but I plan to get it done. I want to be made noticeable by the U.S. government, and I hope to apply for a position there. I want to major in business, law, and political science. Once I get out of college, however, I'd like to join the U.S. Armed Forces. I don't want to go too far from home, and I'd like to stay in the U.S. as a nuclear forces officer. They oversee countless foreign nuclear intelligence reports, and they monitor our nuclear arsenal every single day, getting ready to use it if the time arises. I want to join the Air Force as a nuclear operations officer because a military record looks good on a resume when you run or are appointed to public offices, such as that of the Senate or a lieutenant general. By this time, I hope to own a very nice 1959 Cadillac Fleetwood. I really love these cars, and I always have ever since my grandpa helped restore one with me. Once I get out of the armed forces, of course, I hope to immediately head for Washington, D.C., a hotspot of national change. It is a place where I hope to make a difference in this country for the better. Once I get to D.C., I hope to focus on the more complex dreams that require more than one person to accomplish. They acquire hundreds, thousands, millions, and billions of people. The first of those large dreams is the absolute elimination of all nuclear weapons across the United States, if not the world. Nuclear weapons are a danger to society, with the ability to wipe billions off the face of the planet in mere hours. Some men who are unfit to run a country should not be put near a weapon as horrifying and destructive as this one. I'd also like to take drastic measures to combat climate change, a change which our global leaders enjoy brushing under the rug for younger generations to deal with. It's a change that requires a human change for the better, a future where we have drastically reduced our consumption of fossil fuels, where we have to turn to more convenient and cleaner resources such as wind and water and even nuclear power. These are changes which would be difficult to make, but very necessary to do so. Finding courage, we can all work together for a better future. It's in this way that war never changes. From Omaha Beach to the sands of Afghanistan, we have fought. Blood being spilled in every corner of the planet. It doesn't have to be this way. Nation after nation, we can unite and hold hands, walking together towards the golden horizon of a better world. In the words of John Lennon, a dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together becomes reality. Dreams are a wonderful thing. Dreams allow us to believe, to see what could be, and try to make it happen. Martin Luther King was an emblem, a mark on history that can never be erased. As the 1960s came and went, some people lost sight of his words. Even still, many people today think that the peace movement was a cliche left behind in the 1960s. That is not the case. What the 60s did was show us all the possibilities and responsibilities we have. That unity was not the end of an era. That was only a mere glimpse of what could be to come.